up, guys? In this video, I'm gonna share the #1 tip I have to make sure that you could protect your car from thieves and criminals, and maybe you forgot where you parked, with these Apple AirTags. These are amazing devices that goes ahead and let you find out exactly where your car or other vehicle may be. Especially because in Ontario today in the GTA, 54 cars are being stolen every single day. So I wanna make sure I protect my vehicle and that I know where my vehicle is at all times. I'm gonna show you in this video how to install these Apple AirTags to go ahead and do this, and specifically how to modify this AirTag so no theft or criminal, if they ever do get access to your vehicle, can ever find these or disable it. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you all of those steps in this video.
All right, so we have the AirTag here, and what we're gonna do first is remove the speaker. And the reason why we wanna remove the speaker is because any AirTag can be chimed. So let's say the thief gets your car and they're driving away with it. They can actually open their Android or iOS device, chime this AirTag to find its location. And it's not gonna give you the exact location, but they're gonna be able to hear it and then identify where it is in the vehicle and then get rid of it. So what we wanna do to make sure that it is thief-proof is remove the speaker built into this AirTag. That way, they'll never be able to know where it is in the vehicle. So that's one of the most important things that we're gonna do with this AirTag. So very simple for us to go ahead and remove that. I'm gonna show you how. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do is remove the battery of this and dismantle it. So very simple how to do this. All you're gonna do is push on this and then turn it. So I'm gonna push and turn, and I say it's simple, and it is. I just need to do it. There it goes. Okay, so it opened up. So this is obviously the cover, so put that aside. This is the battery, so you can see that the battery's here. Okay, great. And we're gonna remove this battery. So let me go ahead and just like that. Now we have the battery out, we have that out. We see kind of the main guts. And what we wanna do is, you see these kind of 3 pins here at the top. We're gonna wanna align that to the very center. And underneath this cover, there's 3 clips that holds this in place where the speaker is. We're gonna wanna go ahead and remove those clips. And so how are we gonna do that? I have an X-Acto knife here. This is like a mini one. You need a small little blade, something that's very thin. You know, I just have this small little X-Acto knife blade here. That's what you're gonna need for this. And where are these clips located? It's important that we know exactly where these clips are located. And so you have one clip right over here. So to the left of these 3 dots, and it's just about right here. Okay, so mark that. Then you have another section, which is just right over here where this clip is. And then you have a final section that is just down here. So the clips are just around here. And what we're gonna wanna do is, there's this little gap around this outer ring, and we're gonna go ahead, stick this in and pry it out. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, and so you have to be a little bit aggressive with this, okay? So look, I'm just gonna go in right here. You have to be aggressive, and you gotta kind of put it in there, and you're gonna feel that snap. There we go. So it ticked up. That's good. We're happy with that. Let's go to the next one. So again, remember where the center is there. So that one snapped out. It's gonna be right here is the next one. Okay, that's snapped open. Perfect. And then finally, the final one, which is down here at the bottom. So go down here. Okay, got one into the last one. I'm gonna pull this out. Okay, it popped out. So that comes out, and the great thing about this is that the clips should be intact. So you could see the 3 clips here, and those aren't broken. Those are kept perfectly fine. 1, 2, 3. So that's good. Okay, so now you can see where the speaker is, and you can see the speaker is just right in there in its glory. We're gonna take the X-Acto knife and simply kind of pry this out there. And look, it's magnetic. It just came out just like that. That's all you need to remove. And all we're gonna now do is put it all back. So we got this out, perfect. Let's go ahead and take another look at this. We need to realign everything properly. So you see the main 3 pins right up there. We're gonna align that. We're gonna go ahead and take the cover, and you can see the cover has the 1 hole or the 3 pins, and that just aligns with that at the top like that. So let's go ahead and put that back on. Okay, that looks good. I should be able to push this in. Okay, that looks good. I think that's a clean job. Just take a look at the side profile. Okay, that's perfect. And we're just gonna go ahead and stick the battery back in. Battery sticks back in like that. Perfect. And we're gonna put the cover back on. The cover just twists back on, so put it back in and twist. Wonderful. So you can see, yeah, it scuffed it up a little bit here. No one cares about that. You won't care about the scuff when you'll be able to locate your vehicle. All right, so obviously you're gonna wanna test if it still works, and you'll be able to do that really easy. So you can see that this is the one for my Audi R8, and if I go ahead and click play sound, nothing is going to play. Wait, nothing. I hear nothing. Awesome. So you're probably wondering, wait, if I can't hear it, how do you know it's still working? Well, if I click find nearby, you're gonna see it saying it's right here. So it is working. It's right here. And if I just kind of scoot that over, it's gonna say 3 meters away. That's pretty cool, right? That's the accuracy. That's the accuracy right there for you. Pretty neat. But you can see it's fully working. So let's go ahead now and finally put this in the proper place in your vehicle. Chalk up another point to the good guys. We have our thief-proof AirTags now. They can't find these in your vehicle. Now it's about placing them in the right spot where not only you can go ahead and come back to it and replace the battery, you can't just put it somewhere where you can't get access to it again. These batteries have about 1 year to 2 years max lifetime on them. You have to be aware of that. But also we want to go ahead and put it somewhere where it can go ahead and actually make a connection. So the way these work is they connect through the iPhone system, the network. I think it was like 50% of the phones and mobile devices in the United States are iPhones. So basically when it's in the vicinity of another iPhone, it's going to update its location on your map. So we want to put this in somewhere good, but that's kind of maybe on the exterior where it could have the best location for connectivity. So typically higher end part of the car, maybe somewhere that's free from any metal. And you're probably asking, wait, how am I going to put this somewhere in the car? How is that going to actually work? It's a super thin, small little thing. Use alien tape. I love this stuff. I stick everything onto it. It's super strong. You're going to stick this just on the front or the back of the AirTag, and that way you can kind of stick it anywhere in the vehicle. Really good. Again, I'll link all these products, this product and the AirTags in the description box down below for you guys to get access to and make it really simple and easy. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys kind of 3 spots maybe that you could potentially put it on your vehicle. So I'm actually gonna put one in my R8 here, but I'm gonna just show you some examples of spots, right, that you could potentially use for your vehicle. So let's open up the trunk. You know, a good spot I think is the trunk. It's just on the front of the vehicle. It's outside. You could potentially put it, you know, underneath here, get into the carpeting, just stick it underneath there. My battery door is actually here, so maybe I could just remove that. And because I got the alien tape, maybe I just place it just on top of right here and stick it right there. So there's a lot of possibilities you could do. You can also, if you have some of this plastic molding, just get a little plastic removal tool, open this up and just put it right behind here. So there's a lot of options of where you could put it kind of in the front or in your trunk. The trunk is another great option as well. The interior has a ton of options as well that you could put these AirTags in. A lot of people like to put it in the door sill here, get behind the plastic. You know, people open this up right here with some plastic tools and just literally just stick the AirTag right in here. You could do that. Also, the headliner is another great spot to go ahead and put it up there. So if you just put it up in the headliner right by the windshield, that's another great spot. And then, you know, there's basically lots of options in the interior. What you just want to do is make sure that you put it somewhere that's higher up if possible. Where you can go ahead, you know, I think A-pillar, I think up here is another great spot. Anywhere higher up, ideally, you know, but as long as you can get to it again, that's the key thing. You need to be able to get to that AirTag again so you can replace the battery. So that's it. I placed the AirTags in both my Audi and my Lexus, and now I'm going to be able to track wherever these vehicles go, no matter what. If somebody steals the vehicles, rips out the GPS, rips out the infotainment system, whatever else they do, I'll still be able to find them and track them. That's the awesome part about these AirTags, and also they won't be able to find them anymore because you removed the speaker. So this gives me a lot of peace of mind. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you subscribe and make sure you give this video a like. It really helps with the algorithm. If you want to follow me on my journey with everything to do with cars, I do car reviews, these type of videos, detailing tips, follow along on my journey. It would be awesome if you did, and I hope this really helped you guys out, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.